What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky Reviews, we're going to take a look at the new P Bandai MS-08TX exam Efreet custom. Yeah, so I did the unboxing on this quite a while ago, and yeah, finally got around to building it, and I am now reviewing this the day before it's got to come up early in the morning, because apparently I don't have to go to work just yet. So hey, it is what it is. So because this is a P Bandai box, it's going to go by real fast. So you have an image of the Efreet right here, looking very, very blue. And same thing over here, also looking very, very blue. Nice eye streak going across there. You got HG Universal Century, Mobile Suit Gundam, Side Story, The Blue Destiny. Yay. And you come down here, of course, all the things right there. I keep wanting to call that the Texam, like it looks like it's from Texas. Yay. You got Bandai 2017, made in Japan, all the little dumb things at the bottom. Bandai right there. Yay. Come to the bottom, and it says all that same stuff right there. You come to this side, it says all that same stuff right there. But BandaiHobby.net. And come over here, Bandai. Come over here, and it says all the same stuff right there. Come right here, and it says do not stick an Efreet in your 3-year-old's face, because it will hurt them. And comes over here, and 0 to 3-year-olds will be happy. Polybag, no glue. 1,800 yen. Ha ha ha. Not so much. No artist on this because it is, of course, P Bandai. But yay, it's a big blue box that is now upside down. If you guys notice, things are a little bit different colored here. I'm trying to shoot things a little bit differently, and I'm not sure how it's going to work. You guys let me know. So let's go ahead and get to the build montage, because hopefully I remembered to do a build montage for this one. And if I didn't, hey, we'll skip it. Yay. So let's go. Alright guys, Now that that's done, we have the Efreet custom all nice and done and looking very, very cool. I've always actually really enjoyed the orange and blue offset colors. They always do go together. It's pretty cool. I do like it. I like it a lot. And actually, being my first Efreet ever, because I never built any of the RE100s, it's actually a pretty interesting kit. Definitely builds differently than almost anything else. Maybe it's closer to one of the newer, say, Origin Zaku's or something, because I haven't built one of those yet. But if the construction is similar to that, then that would totally make sense the way this works. So, yeah, you do get this big blue monster right here. It looks really good. You got, of course, the big orangey spiky shoulders. Very good. And as we were kind of calling it at one point, we might actually refer to this thing as a Douf, because it's somewhere between a goof and a dom. Whenever I was building it at Hobbytown, that was kind of the consensus. We're going to call it a Douf from now on. And it is actually, whoop, it's fairly back heavy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fumble handing it. It's early in the morning. Did I mention that? So, yeah, it's pretty good. Now we can take a look at the accessories, because, well, it's pretty easy to look at the accessories. There's two of them. You get the swords. So you do get these cool orange blades as we saw before, and then a couple piece construction on the handles. Yeah, I left the hands on there. Makes my life easy. I went ahead and painted the hose silver just because I'm not entirely certain if I'm happy with it. I've also got some Favoriteest Dark Gray Ever right there. And then down at the base, you got some silver and Favoriteest Dark Gray. And of course, you do get two of them. Very nice. Heat blades. Stabby, 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 stabby. And the hands do split generally like an HG hand. So we can pull that out hopefully fairly easy. So I can show off what else they does. They're actually pretty secure in there. They don't slide around or anything like that. The hands actually do hold on pretty well. And just real quick, since we're here, nicely sculpted little hands. Add a little bit of my Favoriteest Dark Gray Ever in the joints. So right there, right in there, right in there, just to add a little bit of color difference. You can also do the same thing with panel line marker if you're so inclined. So one cool thing with the swords, you can store them on the body, as one should. Now you've got a couple different options. You have the side holsters, which are right here, which I can't remember exactly which way they wanted it designated. You could go blade down or blade up, but either way, you just snug it in like so. Try not to scratch my beautiful paint. So you can do it like that, or the way most of the box art shows, you can also take these off and put them right up in here. And I do believe that's probably the standard mounting hole, but even if you wanted to go a little different and have one on the hip, one on the back, you could totally go cool ninja style like that. I don't see anything wrong with it, do you? That's something that's wrong with it, for sure. Alright, so we'll talk about that, I guess, a little bit in details and articulation. So I think we're pretty much there. I'm going to go ahead and pull the swords off for the time being. Mind you, they're pretty flexible. They're not going to sit there and snap on you. The blades are made of that soft material. The same thing the beam blades will be made out of, so those are pretty good. Handles and stuff are fairly flexible, so they're not going to snap out on you. That one in particular. So we'll just talk about it since it just happened again. Alright, so these are constructed in a similar manner to most of the other Xeon suits that have big old shoulders. And this little ball peg here goes into that little socket there. And yeah, it pops off fairly easily. I mean, maybe it's just not going in, but it's going in all the way. It's in there. So maybe that will require some pledge, maybe some clear coat, just to tighten it up. Because if you tilt it too far, shoulder-wise, I guess maybe it's my fault. I'm just going too flat with the shoulders, because if you want to go a little bit more vertical like that, it's actually pretty stable. So maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm just a dummy. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. You got a nice little eyeball sticker right in there for a nice little mono eyes. You also get these stickers right here on the chest for whatever reason. And I did add a tiny bit of paint right back here to the back of the commander horn, and right there at the base of it, just to break up some of that blue. I think it looks really, really good. And then right here where the hoses connect, if it will focus. Got a little bit of gray right there to show the tip top of it. I'm trying to remember, I think you can just pull the top of the head off, because you can adjust the eye, realistically. Well, you can pull the top of the head off, or I think you can just go the simple route and just push the eye around. Yeah, you can just move the eye. Just make your life easy. Don't bother trying to pull the head off, because now I think I've got it all jacked up. Oh well, it's pretty good. Shoulders, big spiky things. These spikes were molded in. These spikes are inserted. I actually used orange panel line marker on there, and I think it's actually okay. It doesn't stand out, but it doesn't, you know, detract. It doesn't take anything away. It actually looks pretty decent. And same thing here on this orange part. Also orange panel liner in there. Oh, I forgot to point out, around these cameras, it also added some favorite dark gray ever. I don't know if it needed to be there. I just wanted to do it. Same thing right here, where the hoses terminate into that. Needed a little bit of breakup. Added some gray there. Now I'm going to talk about some stickers, because this thing came with quite a few, and some of them you kind of need to use unless you can really color match. So this orange bit right here is all a stupid wraparound sticker. And honestly, it's not great, but you know, you can see the gaps there. You also get the sticker inside right in there. It's harder to see, but it tries to match what the vents up here do. So he's got a crotch vent, just like his chest vent. I mean, realistically, that's pretty much what it is. It's exactly the same. Now, if you come down to the feet, you get the same deal right there. These are done slightly better. Now, I don't know that I know I can't match that orange. So that's why I went ahead and painted it. Or I'm sorry, good lord, use this sticker. So, you know, it from a distance, it's not bad. I mean, you're not going to know. Honestly, you're not going to really know. So, and then on the back side, this one actually is really good. So this right here in there, that big old thruster venty thingy, also a sticker, actually looks really, really good. And this right here is actually two stickers wrapped around. And honestly, everybody I showed it to went, whoa, 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 that's a sticker? I'm like, yeah, that's a sticker. They did a phenomenal job designing this one. The rest of them, not so much. Or just that's how difficult they are to apply and make look good. Also added a little bit of gray right inside there. A tiny bit of chrome inside the thruster, though I doubt we'll see it. But you can see at the bottom, some gold in the thrusters down here. And a little bit of chrome inside the little bitty guys. And a little bit of dark gray paint right there to break up some of that blue. Now, the main drawback of this kit, and I talked about it in the unboxing. Well, that's actually about to fall off. These stickers that would wrap all the way around these and all around here. Did not use them. This is all paint, guys. I masked off that whole edge and then gave it a quick spray job. And a couple places got a little bit messed up, but honestly, it's not bad. Back here, I guess I had a little bit of paint on my finger. Didn't even notice it, and just went, you know, by accident. This came out really well. Same thing around here. This whole back part was supposed to be a sticker. Same thing with the back. Although these should have been, the dots should have been gray. Or wait, no, the whole back end should have been gray with the white dots. I said, screw it. I'm going to leave it like that. I think that looks fantastic. And then the same thing up here. It's supposed to be the little white missiles being exposed and a gray sticker. I just went ahead and painted it. I could have gone either way with that. I really think it looks good. So, I mean, considering that was legitimately about an hour total of masking off and about 15 minutes worth of painting with a spray can, most of which is actually, I can pop that off. Most of which is actually primer, not so much paint. Scraping off a little bit of excess that was still there. I think it looks pretty good. And yeah, the cool thing is you can see, well, I guess not a cool thing. You can see some of the overspray and stuff on the inside because I wanted to make sure that part of the inside of that little alcove got paint on it. And yeah, because the leg construction is exactly the same on both sides, they give you the option, so even if you screw it up, you can totally put these on here. Or you can take them off, you can do whatever. You actually get little filler pieces, don't know if I still have them, but this is them on the inside right here, just painted with a little bit of gray. You can totally remove those and fill them in, so I guess if you've got the other Efreet, the Efreet Schneid, you could totally have these things mix and match. Of course, they do move around a little bit. The missile pods do rotate. You can go straight up and down with them. If you want to have drums on his legs, you can totally do that. Alright, so details are done. Let's go ahead and do some articulation. We can do articulation. Head is on a ball joint, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's just a different type of ball joint right inside there, so he can turn his head like so. I don't, with the spikes, I don't think you can go all the way around. I'm not sure. Oh, no, you can push it. You can definitely push it. And then it pops right off. So there we go. That's nice. And this is what he'd look like as a bare shoulder thingy. So we know how these apply. Oh, by the way, a little bit of gray underneath the shoulders just to break up the orange. Alright, so this actually gives us the ability to see what's going on here in the shoulders. So you do have a ball joint here, but you can also raise it up like so. So you got a really phenomenal joint on that. You can go all the way around. You can pivot all over, because once again, ball joint. Also, shoulder mount does do that. Now, cool thing is, and I didn't realize this, you can totally pull it out until it clicks, and you can get a ridiculous butterfly joint like so. That's actually very good engineering. I really do dig that. And I can put the shoulder back on. Maybe it'll look a little bit better. Get a much wider stance in the shoulders. Okay, maybe not. But it does look really, really good if you do that. Okay, I said that and then it looks ugly. But either way, you've got really, really nice articulation options right in there. Just make sure your shoulders are pointed upward, for the love of God. Alright, so as we saw, shoulders go in, out, like that. You do get bicep the rotations. I do believe double jointed elbow, but it barely gets you over 90, so what good does it do? Also, these little joints right there, you can either panel line or hit it with a tiny bit of gray, like I did. You also got hidden missiles right there, actually barely hidden missiles. And the hand does do rotating hand things. And I think this is technically another option. I believe these just snap onto the outside of the armor. So maybe when I get the Schneid, I can see the differences. So whenever I get that by the end of the month, or whenever I actually have time to get another kit and build it, who knows? I really do like this thing. No real ab crunch. I mean, it moves just a little. It's got a little bit of a center hinge right there. And I'm guessing this is the cockpit. You do get a tiny bit of waist rotation, although it's really limited, but it's there. What are you looking at? What are you looking at there, dude? Okay, I probably need to really square down the head, because that eye was always that loose, or I really loosened it up. You do have hip skirts that totally flip forward. You have side skirts that don't really go anywhere because of the hoses, so he's not going to do a very good Jean-Claude, although he can kick forward fairly well. About to there before it really gets hung up, and it can't really go backwards. You got thigh rotation right up in there. You also, I do believe you get some shimmy shimmy. I could be wrong. Oh wait, no, it's not twisty shimmy shimmy. It's back and forth shimmy shimmy like this. You can see the crotch peg moving like so. I feel like I'm working that out slightly. All right. So you do get a big old knee joint. Of course, big skirts tend to get in the way. Your flared out pants get in the way of your articulation. Looks pretty good. I always love the big, very goof-like black knee there. Come down to the ankle. It swings forward and back. The foot does tilt, so you get a nice little ankle rocker. But you don't get any toe point or anything like that. So it's a decent foot. I mean, you can get a fairly good wide stance, and considering this guy is a sword fighter, you do want something like that. Of course, you do want him to look at you while he's fighting you. So something like that. Pull the shoulder out. So he can slice and dice you, and shoot missiles in your legs. Alright guys, so final thoughts wise, I really do like this kit. It has some minor limitations, but it seems to be down to kind of the Zeonic design, the way the skirts work, stuff like that. Also, the shoulder armor tends to get in the way more often than not, but also due to the giant head skirt, so to speak, that also does tend to get in the way of moving ahead in posability and stuff like that. But you can still get some pretty decent poses out of it. I really do like it. So I do recommend this kit if you can get it. Of course, it is a premium Bandai, so it is what it is. But if this thing is this good, then I assume the Schneid, with all the weapons it comes with, is probably just as good. So I'm probably going to pick that one up here by the end of the month or so, and we can take a look at them together. But that's it, guys. Of course, I want to thank my patrons, as always, John, Andy, Steve. You guys are great. And if you guys want to join in on the Patreon and help this channel keep moving forward, right here on the screen. It's all kinds of fun options over there. Also, if you guys haven't checked out the Life of Shoky vlogs, go check those out. Because, you know, it is what it is. I do some fun behind-the-scenes kind of stuff, so if you're interested in seeing what's going on with me and my little life of whatever, and also see stuff like actually how I made this, how I did the masking and stuff, I show that off in the vlogs. So if you want to see that, by all means, come check it out, subscribe over there, and I'll catch you guys on the next review. Remember, as always, keep on building.